Okay, in this video we're going to be having a look at question 9 on the WJEC Additional Maths paper from June 2014. So here we have a diagram that is made up of two right angle triangles. That's the first thing I notice. You have this triangle ADB, has an angle of 45 in it, and this triangle, right angle triangle BCD, which has an angle of 30 in it. So because these triangles have angles involved, it kind of suggests before we even look at the question, this is going to be a trigonometry question. So let's have a look at what we're being asked to find. We're asked to calculate the length of BC. Okay, so BC is this length down in here. It says, give your answer in surd form and do not use your calculator. So this is a question then. If it is trigonometry, if we look at the angles, we're involving 45 and 30. These are some of the trig values that you're going to be expected to know. Okay, this is why this is a non-calculator question. So if I want to work out what BC is, which is in this smaller triangle on the bottom, I need one other side to be able to help me find out what BC is. And the other side, the side that I'm going to try and find is going to be this one, because this length BD is also in the triangle BDA. So that's the triangle I'm going to start looking at. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly sketch the diagram. Okay, so here is my diagram. And I am going to be trying to work out the length of BD. So this one down here. So if I label my triangle as if this is a trigonometry question. So if I draw an arrow that points to the hypotenuse, this one down here is the adjacent and this one's the opposite. The opposite I don't know anything about and I'm not looking for it. So I need to be using cosine. So cosine is cos of the angle, which in this case is 45, equals the adjacent, which is the side BD, over the hypotenuse, which is 4. Now, this cos 45 is the value that you should know. I'm going to come to my calculator to do it, because there's no real way of knowing whether you've actually learnt this or whether you've gone to your calculator, except that the calculator always gives it in simplest form, so it'll never have an irrational denominator, whereas if you learn the specific values, often they will be given in the form where there is an irrational denominator, so the third on the bottom. But my process is going to be cos 45 is root 2 over 2. And that is equal to BD over 4. If I want to work out what BD is, then I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. And that will leave me with BD equals, so I had root 2 over 2. And I'm going to multiply that by 4. So I end up with the 4 over 2 is 2. So I get 2 lots of root 2 as my BD. Okay, once I know my BD, I'm going to look at this second triangle, the BCD. So next thing, I'm going to make a quick sketch. Okay, so here's my diagram. And you can see as part of that, I have this length in here of BD, which I know from the above question is 2 root 2. So if I label my triangle again, this takes us to the hypotenuse, this is the adjacent, and this is the opposite. Now the side I'm looking to try and figure out is this side here, BC. So the opposite side I don't actually need. So that can go again. So I'm using the adjacent and the hypotenuse, which again is cosine. So for my second one, I get cos 30 equals the adjacent, which is this side BC, over the hypotenuse, which is 2 root 2. And again, cos 30 is a value that you'll be expected to know. It's root 3 over 2. That's BC over 2 root 2. And if I want to work out what BC is, I need to get rid of that divide by 2 root 2 by multiplying both sides by 2 root 2. So this will leave me with BC on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, let's see what we get. We get root 3 over 2 multiplied by 2 root 2. So the times by 2 and divide by 2 will cancel, leaving us with root 3 multiplied by root 2, which is root 6. Now, because I need to show this without a calculator, I'm going to just put in an extra step. So root 3 times root 2, which is root 6. And that is now in surd form and is my final answer.